Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for a Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll have a moment of silence after to remember those that have gone before us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paula?
Mr. Chairman, if there are no objections, I request that the minutes of February 22nd be approved by unanimous consent.
Thanks. Any objections? Okay. Thank you. Accounts payable. Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for March 8th, 2023. Total all funds, $900 franchise agreement that expired on December 31st, 2019. The terms of that agreement continue until a new agreement is executed. This agreement authorizes Verizon to occupy townships right-of-way in the provision of cable services as defined in the 1996 Telecommunications Act. The term cable services does not include internet services, because internet services are considered a utility these days, just like gas or electric. These internet services that may be provided by Verizon through the same infrastructure, their FiOS. This agreement is similar to the previous cable franchise agreement with several key changes as follows. Conditional unilateral termination. Verizon has the right to terminate the agreement if at least 6% of the subscribers terminate over a 12-month period with a subsequent 12-month notice. This would give Verizon the ability to cancel its cable TV services prior to the end of the franchise agreement. Cable services to the public facilities. Based on the 2019 FCC regulation, Verizon will no longer offer free basic cable service to the township facilities. The township currently receives these free services from Comcast through its cable franchise agreement, so there is no impact to our budget. However, there may be an issue with any of the, when we do a new Comcast agreement, which would be at the end of 2024. We also get a grant, a capital grant. Verizon will be providing us a $25,000 grant for capital expenses associated with our video booth. This grant will be paid within 90 days from the date of the franchise agreement approval. The length of the agreement. Verizon will only agree to a maximum term of 5 years for the franchise agreement. Typical agreements in the past years have been terms of 8 to 15 years. Let's see, what else? I do want to say, I want to thank Bob Pellegrino, our manager, and Bill Wirt, our assistant manager. Both of them spearheaded negotiations. How we got to this this contract is Bob and Bill got 33 townships and boroughs in Bucks County together, and they negotiated the fee with the Cohen Law Group out of Pittsburgh. The Cohen Law Group that's all they do, is this kind of work. And what they did was, for one price, they got all 33, the contracts for 33. So it cut our price phenomenally. And so Bob and Bill did a great job, helped all of Bucks County, and especially Northampton Township. Saved us a lot of money and got a great deal. Let's see. With that, I'd like to move to, one other thing. We did not ask for this in our contract, but residents who have Verizon cable TV, now your cable TV channel, your township access channel, will be in high definition. I know. Not that we asked for it. We didn't ask for that.
I don't think you want to see detail here.
No. With that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to adopt ordinance number 615, granting a non-exclusive franchise agreement to Verizon Pennsylvania LLC for the operation and maintenance of a cable system within the public right-of-way of Northampton Township.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And before we vote, I just want to ask for public comment on this particular issue, if there's any in the room. This is a public hearing. Okay, hearing none. For discussion, Kim, anything further?
No, I think I explained it all.
Thank you. Barry?
Nope, it's all good.
Bob?
No.
Nothing further from me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we're going to unfinished business, new business, consider bids for 2023 road milling. Bob?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We received bids for the 2023 roadway milling project. Specifically, we received 2 bids, one from James Morrissey Incorporated, one from Rotomill Incorporated. If I may make a motion?
Please.
I move to award a bid to James D. Morrissey Incorporated of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for roadway milling for $2.08 per square yard for 1.5-inch maximum depth milling for a total cost of $213,212.48 based upon the quantities outlined in the bid documents and specifications for roadway milling bids.
Thanks. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any comment, Bob? Any further? Paula?
No, I think it sounds good.
Kim?
No, it sounds great, and I love the fact that we're going to be fixing a lot of our roads this year.
Barry?
No, it's all good. So,
Yep, I understand we're going to either pave or microsurface almost 10 miles again this year.
Yeah.
And that has been our goal each year, and I think we've accomplished that the last couple of years, and we'll continue that. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, still Bob, bids for road materials.
Along
The other
similar
side of
lines.
this.
Yes. On behalf of the Bucks County Consortium, New Britain Township advertised the request for bids for road paving and related maintenance materials on February 8th and the 13th of this year. And the township, as you just stated, Mr. Chairman, is expected to pave or microsurface approximately 9.5 miles of its road system this year. The estimated cost for the materials under the bid is approximately $922,400, with approximately $821,000 related directly to the road paving program. If I may make a motion?
Please.
I move to award contracts for various road paving and related maintenance materials to Plumstead Materials in Plumsteadville, Pennsylvania, Eureka Stone Quarry Incorporated in Chalfont, Pennsylvania, Heidelberg Materials in Newtown, Pennsylvania, Highway LLC, Sarver, Pennsylvania, and Continental Concrete Products in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, as recommended by the Public Works Department at their bid prices to the Bucks County Consortium.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any further comment, Bob?
As you had said earlier, it's great. We try to get about 10 miles a year. We're very close to that, and I am frequently approached by people asking when their roads are going to be paved. As I have always said, we are monitoring that with sonar and other devices, so we actually do prioritize based on need, not speculation. So I'm pleased to say we're close to our 10-mile goal.
Excellent. Thanks. Kim, any further comment?
I'm good.
Paula?
Yeah, I agree, definitely. It's a good thing.
it's all good. No.
None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, a resolution authorizing some short-term loans for equipment acquisition. Barry?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Adam. So every year, the township seeks bids from various financial institutions to finance a short-term purchase associated with vehicles for the Public Works Department, Police Department, and, Public Works Police and the construction equipment. This year, we're going to lease 14 vehicles, and the total vehicle purchase price is around $900,000. We sent out bids to 6 local institutions. Of the 6, 3 came back with competitive bids, and the lowest bid was Univest Capital, Inc., and they came in a price of 4.19%, which is very good. That's a 5-year term loan. So I would like to do, Adam, is make a motion to approve this.
Please.
I move that the Board of Supervisors adopt Resolution R-23-5, authorizing a 5-year capital loan obligation in the amount of $906,000 with Univest Capital, Inc. for the acquisition of capital equipment in accordance with the Township Capital Equipment Replacement Program, and to authorize the Township Manager and Township Financial Director to execute all documents required in connection with this loan.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further comment, Barry?
No, I'm just pleased. The interest rate is actually quite good. It's below 5%. It's just 4 and change, which is very good. So I'm very pleased by that.
Thanks. Paula, any comment?
No, it's very good.
Kim?
Nope, I'm
Bob?
good.
I noted the same thing. In today's market, that's a great rate.
Yeah, it's a good rate.
Yeah.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we have some appointments for the Veterans Advisory Commission. Paula?
Yes, there are 2. As a matter of fact, there are 2 vacancies on the Veterans Advisory Commission. One of the vacancies is an expired term, and the other is an unexpired term due to the resignation of someone that had to leave. We have 2 people. Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion?
Please.
Okay, I make a motion to appoint John Colburn to the Veterans Advisory Commission to fill a term effective immediately and expiring on December 31, 2024. And I also move to appoint Mike Pinchotti to the Veterans Advisory Commission to fill a term effective immediately and expiring on December 31, 2025.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. We are going to vote on those together. Is there any other comment? Paula, anything further?
No, I know, I've talked to both of them. John came to the last meeting, and they seem very quality. They're quality people, and I think they're gonna have a lot of input with the talk.
Excellent. Thanks. Kim, any other comment?
Nope, I'm good.
Barry?
No, all good?
None for me. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks. Welcome to our new Advisory Commission members. Moving on to liaison reports. Kim?
Yes, first I'd like to talk about the Senior Center. Spring can't arrive early enough for our seniors. A lot of planning has gone into a variety of fun and exciting activities for the months ahead. From exercise classes to book clubs, indoor cornhole to cards, there's something for everyone ages 55 or better. Make sure to mark your calendars for Friday, April 21st from 5 to 9. Right, Paula? We'll meet there.
Okay.
Like we do every year. The seniors will be hosting their annual Spring Fling shopping event. There will be over 50 vendors selling a variety of handcrafted jewelry, scarves, totes, home decor, candles, and clothing, and more. If anyone is interested in becoming a vendor, please contact the Senior Center at 215-357-8199 or send an email to nhsc@nhtwp.com. For more information about the center and all the awesome activities that are offered, please feel free to stop by for a tour. The center is located right across from the library at 165 Township Road. The hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 3:30, and Tuesday and Thursdays from 9 to 8. And now I'd like to talk about public Parks and Rec. Calling all kids. Peter Cottontail is hiding somewhere in Northampton Township. Signs are displayed throughout the township at 10 locations with a secret word on each sign. Write the secret word down or take a picture of it. Collect all 10 words from each of the signs and unscramble them to make a sentence about the season. Once you know the secret message, email it to bslatterly at nhtwp.org by April 1st to be eligible for a prize. For complete details, visit www.northamptonrec.com. Speaking of the bunny, don't forget to register for the Bunny Hunt Egg Venture before it's too late. On Saturday, April 1st, the bunny will hop into the Wetzel Pavilion in the Municipal Park to enjoy a magic show, balloon art, and pictures with you. For complete details and to register, visit www.northamptonrec.com. Don't forget your Easter basket for a few surprises along the way. Northampton Parks and Rec is still looking for outstanding lifeguards and camp counselors to make this summer memorable for the children of Northampton. To apply, please visit our website. Lastly, the Park and Rec team is excited to partner with the Northampton Senior Center by offering programming this spring at the Senior Center, Monday and Thursday evenings. Look for new adult exercise programs like Pound. Now, what I asked, what is Pound? And it's a cardio jam session playing the drums. It combines core and Pilates work. It sounds a lot of fun. And couples line dancing, painting projects with your grandparent, adult art programs, and a nutrition workshop series, and much more. Check it out online. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Kim. Paula, you're up.
Wow, I'm going to think about that Pound class. Exciting. I wanted to talk about the library. On Saturday, March 11, Annie Halliday of Mercer Museum returned to the library to give her presentation, to finish a presentation from September. There was a brief history of Northampton. Approximately 60 people came. The presentation was recorded by audio, and along with the slide presentation, should be added to the library archives in the future. The library has begun offering a new Book a Librarian service on Thursdays. The service is provided by reference librarians and will focus on patrons' technology needs, setting up devices like phones, tablets, downloading apps to use for library services, and even some basic computer assistance, including how to research the internet. Appointments are for one-on-one assistance for 60-minute sessions each. Reservations can be made right on the website of the library. In addition, the library will be offering our first slate of new computer classes in our computer lab. We have a series of 5 classes scheduled for Monday afternoons in April and May. Additional information and registration for the classes can be done using the library's website. Lastly, on March 6th, exciting news here for us coffee drinkers. Richborough Coffee has made a return to the library. It's going to have a cafe area offering freshly brewed coffee and snacks. The first few weeks have shown promise, and we're looking forward to continuing to work together to provide this service to our visitors at the library. So that's exciting news. I also wanted to talk about the Veterans Advisory Commission again. We had a meeting on Monday, and as we always do, we make plans for Memorial Day, the event. We formalized the bugler and different things we always have at these events. The color guard and the firing squad. Okay, it's going to be at the Dombrowski Park, which is the park with the waterfall in the middle of Richborough. We're going to have a full ceremony. And hopefully our new position people that we just voted in to be on the board, the advisory board, Mike Pinchatti and John Colburn will also be there and enjoy it with us. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Bob.
Thank you. No reports this evening.
Thank you, Bob. Barry.
Just a couple minor things. The Planning Commission was actually canceled in March. Zoning Board had a couple, 4 residential applications that were minor adjustments. People will notice in town on 2nd Street Pike between McDonald's and the Trumark store, there are 3 houses there. They're in the process of being taken down. It's been approved for land development to have a new structure put in there, a Dunkin' Donuts and another destination store. So 3 houses between the McDonald's and the Trumark will be taken down, and it'll be a new facility being put there, the Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts will be moving from the shopping center, to that site with a drive-in. And then the next supervisors meeting will be the Roses on Buck Road, the Roses development, which is single-family development, should be coming before this board for that. That's all I have, Adam.
Thanks, Barry. For my report, I just want to add on to Barry's, those 3 houses that came down. The developer was kind enough to let the police department and the fire department train in those houses for the last couple months before they were demolished. And so we got a lot of great training time in there. Police and fire separate and sometimes together doing operations there. So that was nice of them. So if you talk to them again, please send our thank you along. I do have a couple of items tonight. First, the police department received a $5,000 grant from the Hometown Foundation for our K-9 program. This is a national contest, and it's based on the number of votes. And nationally, Northampton Township came out with the most votes. So that's really incredible. And over 7,000 votes for Officer John Hearn and his K-9 Payco. And the next person was in North Carolina, and then after that, someone from Connecticut. So congratulations to them. Our K-9 program is in full swing. And I'm not sure, but just for everybody's information, we have 2 dogs. We have Payco and Maui. Payco's handler is Officer Hearn, and Payco does patrol and explosives. And Maui, his handler is Officer Freeze, and he does patrol and drug detection. So we're fortunate to have a really great program, and grants really do help move the programs along. So congratulations again to the police department. I'm sure you'll hear more about that in the future. Also, just like to report for the fire department that, as you may have seen, we did get some local press recently. On March 5th, the fire department took a huge step forward in public safety and implemented a 24/7 career service in addition to the volunteers that we have. And what that means is we have 5 full-time firefighter EMTs on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week out of the Richboro station, which is up here in the township complex. And they're available for all calls, and it paid off. Within the first week and a half, we had a serious fire in Churchville at 4 o'clock in the morning. They were dispatched and on scene in about 5 minutes putting water on the fire, which is an incredible improvement over what it used to be when it was all volunteer. If you recall, volunteers have to come from home, get to the firehouse, get on the trucks, and then go to the call. And it's valuable minutes. And with the shortage of volunteers, it's even longer. So that's a great win for them, and they did a great job at that fire. That's all I have for this evening.
Congratulations, Chief.
Pardon?
Congratulations, Chief.
Oh, yes, it was great to them. Thank you. Next up is manager's report.
I have nothing to report this evening.
Thank you, Bob. Assistant manager's report. Bill?
Good evening. Happy to report that the Park and Recreation Board presented and heard public comments on a proposed concept plan for the development of 39 acres. It's the empty field across from the municipal park on Hatboro Road. The plan proposes for lighted multi-purpose athletic fields, walking trails, a fitness court, native grass and wildflower meadows, and accessory structured buildings for the athletic fields. The township will be submitting a grant application in the next month to help fund design and engineering. We will not know about the grant award until late this year, the November, December timeframe. If the grant is successful and funding is secured, we will be able to begin design and engineering work on the plan in 2024. And an actual construction timeline has yet to been established as this project isn't funded yet and is in the early planning phases. I'm also pleased to report that on March 16th, the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Financing Authority awarded Northampton Township a $500,000 grant to fund pedestrian improvements along Route 313. The project includes a crosswalk at Fur Drive and trail connection from Rockway down to the Spring Garden Mill Playhouse. Stay tuned for updates in the coming months as that project gets underway.
Actually, 332. I think he said 313.
332.
332, correction, thank you.
You live in Dublin?
Not this township.
That was a slip, right?
Total slip, my apologies.
I do listen.
Previous life.
332.
I do listen. yeah.
Newtown, Richmond.
Prove that you're listening there.
That completes my report.
Thank you, Bill. Solicitor's report. Joe?
No report.
Thanks, Joe. And engineer's report.
No report this evening,
Thank you, Amanda. We move to public comment, and I have two signed up. First, Michael McGuire. Good evening. Could you just confirm with me you're a resident of the township? Thank you.
Well, I represent the Centrifuge Museum, which is officially listed in the township. That's our official address.
Thank you.
And I'm here on that behalf. So in regard to the Parks and Rec, as Bill had reported, we attended that meeting where some plans were shown for the 39 acres. So in regard to that, I know there's a grant application, and when we look at the grant process, it says the planning process shall include substantial public citizen involvement. So, the citizens like to have some input, and the museum would like to ask that as part of that development of that site that you consider, and I have a petition to that regard, so I'll just read what the petition says. We, the undersigned, petition the Supervisors of Management of Northampton Township to support the mission of the Johnsville Centrifuges and Science Museum in any way possible, including the dedication of land at the northwest corner of Bristol and Hatboro Roads for the construction of an NEDC Memorial STEM Center Museum. And the reason we were triggered, we saw in the minutes that the park was considering some indoor gymnasiums, so we thought if a gymnasium's built or some building and structure, perhaps we specifically request that some space be included for us to put some exhibits in there. I think it'd be nice for the township. So I want to present this petition, or 69 signatures. This was just taken casually, and then one person with a clipboard in an afternoon. We didn't make an extensive effort, but there's 69.
Okay, thank you. We'll take that. Thank you very much. Next up, is that Stan Broski? Hi. Good evening. You are a resident of the township?
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
on East Robin Road since 1970,
Thank you.
okay? I just wanted to come and comment about almost 200% going for trash disposal increase in price. Was 196% increase in trash, and that could lead to runaway inflation. Isn't there a noise abatement in the township? I mean, the trash has come as early as 6:20 a.m., and I don't think that's right to come that early. I tried to inquire whether the older trash, 95-gallon trash can was usable. Didn't get anywhere. She wanted me to take a picture of that and the new trash can. I said, you know what the old one looks like. It looks exactly like it. There's a star in the new one, and the old one says Northampton for trash disposal, I think. So it's the same trash can. Can that be used also in hauling away trash? They're both 95-gallon trash containers. They look exactly the same.
The trash cans the township distributed years ago were for recycling. They're 65-gallon cans. They are the same size as the 65-gallon trash cans that you could get if you wanted. I don't know, we'd have to look at what kind of condition it's in, but we have not been allowing people to use that. You should be using that for recycling. So you should have 2 cans, one for recycling and one for trash. So if you have a big can, if one big can was delivered at 95, if that is too big for you, you can ask to have it swapped out for a can that's the same size as your recycling container, but you should have 2.
I believe they're both identical. They're both 95-gallon.
No, we never issued a 95-gallon can, other than what was just recently issued
Side by side, they look
by Whitetail.
exactly the same.
They can't be.
Okay.
If you want to give our office a call tomorrow, we can check into this for you. Just call the main number, and we'll make sure that we address your concerns, sir.
Okay. I just don't want all these services to go to 200% of what it was before. I mean, that's not really,
Yeah, no one's happy with the price, including us. We had a very good contract with Mascaro for a 5-year period, and at that time when we bid that contract, there was significant competition. Mascaro really underbid other bidders to get the contract, to keep the contract, I should say. So for 5 years, we had a very good price. And the way our trash fee works is whatever we collect, we pay out in fees to the transportation hauler. In this case, it's Whitetail. And we have 3 other contracts. We have a contract for recycling disposal, we have a contract for trash disposal, and we have a contract for yard waste disposal. So when you add up the trash hauler's price plus those other 3, that's why the price went up. The base price of the transportation cost, the Whitetail cost, while it was less than the Mascaro bid this time, it was double what we were paying before. And that's why you saw such a big increase in the trash fee.
they did quite a good job. I mean, if they spilled it on the street, they would pick it up. They would pick it all up. They were pretty good, I thought, for the price we were paying.
Yeah, but we have to publicly bid these contracts, and the contract had expired, and we rebid it. And unfortunately, Mascaro was not the low bid, and their price was actually higher than Whitetail. So if we had awarded a contract for some reason to Mascaro, the cost would have been even more.
Well, a front load or a side load is good for a street like Holland Road, it's only 2 lanes, or Elm Avenue, but I'm on a side street. Most of the streets are side streets, and it doesn't matter if it's front load, side load, or a regular trash truck. I mean,
Yeah, the manual collection in these last round of bids was actually more expensive than the front-loading equipment. So
Well,
that's
thank you
why
for-
the board was trying to keep the costs down. They awarded a contract for the front loader. I think I've heard statistics of 65% of the country now has front-loading
well, thank you for
manual
listening
automated
to my
collection.
argument.
Please call us tomorrow. We'll try and help you.
My pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brodsky. I have no one else signed up. With no other business, the meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.